Hello, everybody. It's Sunday, April 11th, and I want to welcome you to week 13 of our online astronomy course. Hope you had a good week. I have. And before we get into Module 13, I want to tell you about the little Mars helicopter Ingenuity. It was supposed to take off for the first time very late Sunday night or very early Monday morning. But they were starting to test the blades, start the blades spinning on the helicopter, and they got a computer message saying that something had timed out. And so they've postponed the launch of the little Ingenuity helicopter until at earliest Wednesday. So watch the news and just be aware that that's going to be going on this coming week, I hope. All right, so what is ahead in Module 13? Module 13 is about other galaxies in the universe besides our Milky Way. And behind me here, you can see the closest, this is the farthest object you can see with the naked eye. It's also the large spiral galaxy that is closest to us. It is the Andromeda Galaxy. So let me move aside here so you can see it just a second. There we go. Just move aside here. And this is a large spiral galaxy. This is sort of what our galaxy might look like if you could see it from a great distance away. Of course, we are buried inside our galaxy, and we don't get this overall view of it. But this is what our galaxy might look at. And there are other things sprinkled around this picture, and I want to talk about them. First of all, there are a couple little disks, like this one right here. And that little fuzzball is another galaxy that is actually orbiting the Andromeda Galaxy. And there's another little fuzzball above it. Now, all the stars that you see sprinkled across the screen, those are stars in our own galaxy. So those don't belong to the Andromeda Galaxy. You can't see individual stars in the Andromeda Galaxy in this picture. If we really zoomed in, we can. But in this picture, you can't see individual stars. So all the things that look like stars are really foreground stars that belong to our own Milky Way galaxy. So that's Andromeda. That's just one of the galaxies that there are, that we know of. And we know of over 100 billion other galaxies in the universe. And that means that there are as many galaxies in the universe that we know of as there are stars in our own galaxy. And each of those galaxies has hundreds of billions of stars. So it's really just absolutely amazing. And until the last century, until the 20th century, we didn't even understand that these things we were looking at are galaxies. But finally, it was figured out. Edwin Hubble discovered a Cepheid variable star in the Andromeda Galaxy. And he used that to measure the distance to the Andromeda Galaxy and found out it was way outside our own galaxy. And so once people knew that there were other galaxies, people started studying them, learning about them. And it was in 1929 that Edwin Hubble was looking at these galaxies and measuring how they moved. And what he found out, he was measuring their distances, he was measuring how they moved, and he found out that galaxies that were twice as far away from Earth were moving away from us twice as fast. And what that means is that the whole universe of galaxies is expanding, that the distance between all of the galaxies is slowly increasing, that they're all just slowly spreading apart, getting farther and farther and farther apart. And there's no galaxy that's in the middle. All we know is that every galaxy is moving away from every other galaxy. So if I lived in some other galaxy and looked out, I would see the same expansion of the universe that we see from here on Earth. So this is an amazing story. We also discovered telescopes are like time machines. And if we look at things that are very far away, we're actually seeing them as they existed millions or even billions of years ago, because it has taken millions or even billions of years for that light to reach us. So as we look at some of these very old galaxies, and by actually I should say very young galaxies, since we saw them a long time ago when the universe was a lot younger. When we look at some of these very old galaxies, we find out that some of them were very active. And they went through a very active phase. They emit lots of radio wave energy. They shoot out jets of material in opposite directions. And so you're going to learn about them too. And what powers something like that? Well, it turns out that every large galaxy has a supermassive black hole in its center. Not just a black hole of, 8 or 10 times the mass of the sun, but a black hole with a mass of millions or even billions of times the mass of the sun. And that is the central engine that powers all these active galaxies that existed far back in the past of our universe. Our galaxy still has a supermassive black hole, as you learned in the last module, but our engine for going through an active phase is now shut off. And there's just not a lot of matter falling into that black hole to power it. And so we're not going through an active phase right now. And we've actually been able, just very recently, to take a photo, to take a picture of the shadow that is cast by that black hole. Now, we can't take a picture of the black hole itself because it's black and it doesn't emit light, but we can see where it's affecting the light that's coming from that region. And that picture is in your introduction, in the introduction to Module 13, is that photo. So I hope you enjoy learning about these other galaxies that make up the universe, how the galaxies are arranged in groups. Our Milky Way belongs to the local group of galaxies. The Andromeda Galaxy does also. But there's lots of other clusters of galaxies that are even larger. And those clusters are arranged in superclusters. And you'll learn all about this. So let's take a look at what there is in the sky right now. So let me share the screen. I'm going to share the screen and take a quick look at Stellarium, just because it's really going to be pretty this week. And this is showing what the sky will look like starting on the 15th. And so that's Thursday, I think. Yes, Thursday. So this is 15th through 17th, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. And today, Sunday, is the new moon. So we're just going to be coming out of a new moon phase this coming week. That means we're going to be looking at Crescent Moon. And so on the 15th, 16th, and 17th, around 9 in the evening, if you go out and look at the west, it's just going to be a really pretty sky. Here on the 15th, here's the moon. And over here, to the left of it is Betelgeuse. This is facing west. Betelgeuse, Rigel in the constellation of Orion. Here's Sirius, the brightest appearing star in the sky. Up here, if you draw a straight line from Sirius through Betelgeuse, you'll hit Mars. So that reddish object you see is the planet Mars. Down here is the red giant star Aldebaran. It's in the constellation of Taurus, and around it is the Hyades cluster of stars. Over here to its right are the Pleiades, and nestled right in between them, right in among all these, is the Crescent Moon. And if I go ahead from Thursday to Friday, you can see the moon has moved up further away from the west. That means the moon is moving east through the sky. And now it's getting close to Mars. And on the 17th, it will have passed Mars by, and the Crescent Moon will be up here. So it's a very pretty sky this week. I hope you'll go out, and if you're outside at 9 o'clock, take a look in the west. You can see that there's still just a slight glow of the setting sun over there. So we're getting close to the end of the course. And I want to tell you a few things about the end of the course. First of all, I know toward the end of the course, things really get busy, and they get busy for all of your courses. And because of that, I've actually opened up the final exam and the constellation quiz as of this coming Friday. So I've opened it up quite a bit early. And that way, if you want to finish the whole course early, you can. All, you know, the modules are all open. The final exam, the constellation quiz is all open. And you're welcome to finish those at any time you want. Remember, you can take everything twice if you want to, including the constellation quiz. Also, I want to remind you that there is a signature assignment for this course, like there is for every general education course. And for this course, it's really simple. I ask you a very simple question. If somebody asks you how an astronomer thinks about astronomy, how they understand the universe, what would you tell them? And I want you to just write a very short paragraph, and just not more than a page long, and send that to me, and that's it. So don't spend more than half an hour on it. And don't try to tell me what I want to hear either, because I don't want to hear anything. It's not like there's an answer I'm looking for. I just want to know what your response is, because that'll be sort of your response to the overall impression you've had of astronomy in this class. And that's really what I want to know. And so if you give it a shot, give it an honest try, send me a nice response, then you get full credit. And if you don't, if you just say, no, I don't want to answer this, if you type out that, then I'm not going to give you any points. But it's worth half a letter grade. So please make sure you do the signature assignment. And that is open now too, so you can do that at any time. Also, I'll remind you, I'm not sure how this works because I don't get the emails saying course evaluations are open, but I think course evaluations are open now. And so if you'd like to do that, I would appreciate it. And especially if you want to make any comments, if there's something you liked or something you didn't like, let me know, because that will really help me, and it will help students in future courses, because I do adjust the course depending upon what people tell me. So that is it. That's what's going on. It's going to be a busy couple of weeks are coming on at the end of the semester. My gosh, the Mars helicopter's going up. We have more stuff to learn about galaxies and the whole universe in the final module. We have finals to take, constellation quiz. And I know people are sort of wondering, how's that constellation quiz going to work? Do I have to know how to spell things? No, you don't. I'm going to send out an email that talks a little bit more in detail about how the constellation is going to work. So in the next couple of days, look for that email. But if you just use the little flashcards to study for that constellation quiz that you'll find on the homepage of the course, I think you'll be just fine. All you have to do is recognize a constellation. But as I said, I'll send out an email about that. So good luck. I hope you do learn. I hope you do enjoy, you do enjoy learning about galaxies. And I'll look forward to seeing you next time. And until then, have a great week. So I will see you next time. Bye-bye.